I think I found my $100,000 a month dropshipping product. What's going on, guys? My name is Alex. This is a series where I'm documenting my journey going from $0 to $100,000 a month with dropshipping as a complete beginner, someone that's never had any success with this in the past. And over the last couple of days, I think I really put in a ton of work, went through a lot of stress, but I really believe I found a profitable product. I know I did because yesterday I ended off profitable, and I have so much to share with you. As always, there'll be timestamps down below. And if you want to skip around and get to the sauce later on in the video, feel free to do that. But I think the most important part of these videos is right now with some morning mindset. Right now I'm on the beach here, not too far from my apartment. Across this ocean bay here is St. Pete, and I live here in Tampa. And I just love, ever since I moved here about 7 months ago, the energy I've been getting down here has been absolutely amazing. But anyway, guys, I've gone through a lot of stuff through this journey. Feel free to go back on my YouTube channel and watch the previous videos if you want to learn what I've been going through, the ups and downs. I like to share a lot because I don't think there's a lot of transparency in dropshipping right now, at least not anymore. So a lot of people hide behind these big flashy numbers and they don't really tell you any of the real sauce that you need to build a dropshipping store in 2025, because what was successful 2-3 years ago isn't what's making people successful now. So someone that's had success in business but never really any success in dropshipping specifically, I've gone through a lot of stuff, man. If you watch my last video, I was talking about how I lost a ton of money just testing different products, believing and truly hoping that whatever I was testing in that moment of time would be profitable for me, but it just never worked out that way. But this new product that I'm testing, I launched the test Thursday morning, and since then, I broke even on Thursday, broke even right around Friday. Actually, I lost a little bit of money on Friday because it overspent on my budget, which Meta Ads tends to do that. But yesterday, Sunday, I was profitable, man. I ended the day profitable. I'll be sharing all the numbers with you, sharing some of the sauce. I'll be bringing you over to my computer and breaking down more numbers in a moment. But morning mindset, man. It's early morning here, Monday. Today is the 14th. Today's the 17th. It's 9:15. And man, this journey has been challenging. It's been challenging because I think my conception or understanding of dropshipping has been so skewed by all the YouTube gurus that you see them make a video and they'll make a challenge going from 0 to 10,000 or going from 0 to 100K a month with dropshipping, and it takes them maybe 1 or 2 tries and they launch a store profitably on day 1 and they scale it up by just spending more money on ads. And maybe that is the reality for those guys because they've been doing it for years. They've been doing dropshipping since 2016, 2017, whatever. But that's not the reality for a lot of beginners because there's so many things we have to learn. There's a massive learning curve with dropshipping, such as understanding how to look at data. So one of the things I didn't do, and one of the changes which I'll talk about more later in this video, was purchase a attribution software called Triple, which helps me better read data that I'm receiving from Meta, right? So super important things. Don't want to get too technical at this point of the video. I just want to talk about mindset. But that's just some of the stuff later on I'll be breaking down, but it's so important, man. And as this plane flies over my head here, I want to talk about the importance of persistence and consistency. So over the last few days, a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Instagram, asking me questions, which I appreciate. I love this. I tell people all the time, man, that this isn't just a journey for me. It's a journey for you as well watching this. I'm sure you're clicking on this video because you want to build a dropshipping store too. You know the power of dropshipping. You've seen all the YouTube videos and gurus talk about how much money they can make. And that's still a reality and it's still a possibility. Don't give up on it because dropshipping is more like potent and powerful than it's ever been before. With all the new tools and softwares and AI you can use, you can still make a ton of money with dropshipping. But a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me and saying, Alex, I was starting my journey, then I stopped, I fell off, I stopped doing the other, what I was supposed to be doing, I got caught up in other things. And I want to put an emphasis on this morning mindset session, talking about the importance of just being consistent despite not getting what you want and not seeing the things that you expect to see. It's very hard, man. You gotta have to be a little bit psychotic to keep doing something when you're not getting the results you want, right? So it's important though, because dropshipping and business in general is all about delayed gratification, which a lot of us aren't wired to think that way anymore, right? The school systems we grew up in, the social media world we live in now, everything's about instant gratification. We need to do something now and see results within a couple of minutes or a day or so, right? That's not the case with business, especially dropshipping now. Instant gratification is going to be the death of you. It's going to cause you not to be successful because you want to see things happen quickly, when in reality, there's a massive learning curve with dropshipping. There's so many things that you got to improve, tweak, and get good at. And you have to give things time. You have to be patient. This ad campaign that I'm running right now, the first 2 days didn't look the best. I mean, actually, it did look really good in the start of the day. And what was happening is in the first half of the day, like up until 12 p.m. Eastern, I was getting good sales. It was very profitable. I was at like a 7 ROAS, return on ad spend. And then the second half of the day, the ads were continuing to spend money, but weren't getting any more sales and conversions. It happened both days. It happened on Friday. It happened on Thursday, Friday. Sorry, it happened on Friday and Saturday, where it spent the money and it didn't end off profitable despite starting off really strong. So you look at it and you say, man, what's going on here? Most dropshippers would just turn off the ad campaigns, but I let it do its thing. And Sunday came around, it started off really good and it ended off really good as well. I ended off with like a 3 ROAS or something like that. So like delayed gratification is important, man. You have to be willing to put in work and not expect anything in return for days, weeks, and sometimes months. Now, when we talk about ad testing, obviously that's a little bit of a different story, but in the grand scheme of business, it's all right, man. I also want to quickly share as well, like during this time, I've been doing really good with TikTok Shop. Some of you guys following me now, subscribe to my channel. You initially subscribed to learn about TikTok Shop affiliate. I know a lot of people got scared when the app was taking off the US app stores for a little bit of time, but they're back and they're running totally fine. And during that time, I was making $500 to $800 a day. In fact, on Saturday, I did like $800 profit as a TikTok Shop affiliate, man. So first things first, e-commerce is amazing. I love being an e-com guy. Someone that's involved in e-commerce is just amazing because you can make money while you sleep. But more importantly, delayed gratification, man. Put in the work, put in the reps, and it's okay if it takes longer than you want to see a certain result. But with that being said, man, I'm right now just soaking up the sun, enjoying this beautiful beach weather we're having. I'm going to bring you guys over to my computer in just a moment. And then after that, eat some food, hit the gym, edit the video, get it up and running, and just continue to work on my store. But all things considered, guys, I keep saying this because I really do mean this. My goal and my journey with this series is to make $100,000 a month with a dropshipping store, get really good at dropshipping, but it's also to help you realize the potential you also have. I truly believe if you're watching these very boring, basic vlog videos that I'm putting together, there's something about you that says, hey, you have the potential to be great, because you're not going and being sucked into all the high editing guru videos that you've probably seen a million times. And my goal is to be raw and authentic because I want you to be successful, because I know deep down inside, everybody watching this, you're very similar to me. You know you have the potential, you know you have the capability of being really, really great and successful and financially abundant, but you just need a spark. You need something to keep you going outside of yourself. And this is what this series is for me. I wish I had the energy and courage to do this a lot sooner. And I wish someone did this for me, right? None of the YouTube gurus I've seen on the internet recently have been able to encapsulate this raw, authentic approach that I'm trying to take. And that's kind of what I want, right? Because I'm tired of seeing all the fluff and all the BS and all the nonsense. And I need something kind of linear and I could see the up and down journey. That's what you guys need to see. You guys need to see the behind the scenes of what it really takes to be successful as a beginner, right? A lot of these dropshippers, they've been doing this for years. They have the capital, the skin in the game. They know the data to look for. They've been doing this for some time now. But I'm a complete beginner. I started my journey here in 2025, just 3 weeks ago. Today marks the 3rd week. I'm going into week 4 here. So I'm brand new to this, man, and I'm learning as I go, and I'm hopefully teaching you guys what I'm learning as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys at my computer, but before I do, just want to show you this beautiful, beautiful beach here. Beautiful, 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 man. If you're not spending time out in nature, getting fresh air, if you don't have if you don't live in Florida and you're not by a beach, I'm sorry to hear that. But if you're not going out and trying to expose yourself to some beautiful sights like this, then you're really setting yourself up for failure, man. Go out there, go enjoy the outdoors, man. Even if it's snowy and cold for you right now in February, still go out there and enjoy it, man, because just being out of your own headspace, being away from social media, just being alone with your thoughts is where, for me personally, I get the most done. So I'll see you guys at my computer.
All right, guys. So pretty exciting news, man. So today, this is where we're at with our dropshipping store. This is a new product that I launched on Thursday, so about 3 days ago. I launched this on I want to say Friday actually on the 14th. So the first couple of days were not profitable, but what was really interesting that was happening was the first half of the day was super profitable. It looked really good. And then the second half of the day, I stopped getting sales and Facebook kept spending money on ads, but it wasn't getting any more sales. I think I found a solution to that, which I'm going to share with you. And I have this like really quick document checklist breaking down a ton of valuable stuff that I think will be very beneficial for you guys. So this tool is called Triple Whale, and it's a really cool like attribution software tool that gives you better and more accurate reporting than Meta does. Meta doesn't really do a good job of sharing the right information with you, so you end up making the wrong decisions because you don't have the right numbers. But we'll break that down in just a moment. But this is week 3 of my journey, man. I'm new to dropshipping. I've never built a profitable dropshipping store before, so all of this I'm learning on the fly. I do have the pleasure of connecting with some high-level dropshippers, but a lot of what I'm doing in my free time is just my own market research, watching free YouTube videos, and trying to just kind of do this, make mistakes, and take imperfect action and learn as I go. So week 3, here's some things that I've really improved on. Like I just mentioned, I invested into Triple Whale. It's $150 a month, kind of expensive, but I'm spending a good bit of money every single day. I'm spending like $200-$300 a day on ads. On this latest product test, I'm only doing $150, and I'll break down those numbers in just a moment. But Triple Whale is really cool because now I can look at the data very easily and make quick decisions. So this is like their dashboard. And let me show you an example of like why this is important, right? So today, as you can see, the calendar's marked today. I made $153 on $31 of ad spend, right? Pretty solid. If I go into Facebook and the campaign that was supposedly supposed to track that, the sale, right? If I go to today, if I go here in this campaign, you can see here it says for purchases, nothing. It says nothing, right? So it's saying I didn't make a sale even though I did. So now the data is all wrong. All these numbers are for the most part incorrect, right? Even here it's saying my CPN is $41, when in reality it's actually a little less than that. So this is what I mean right now. Eventually Facebook will report this number, but that's not even a given, because if we go to yesterday, which was a profitable day for me as well, give it a sec to load here. Yesterday's numbers also are inaccurate. So as you can see here, I did $389. Give it a sec. I don't know why it's taking so long, but I believe I got 4 total sales, and Facebook is saying I only received 3. Yeah. So if I go to yesterday, it says 3 total sales, when in reality I made 4. And it's, for some reason, Triple Whale is taking forever to load the information. All right, here we go. Boom. Right. So the ROAS is different, right? It's a 2.5 ROAS versus it's telling me that my ROAS is 1.86, right? So now you think, oh, my ROAS is bad. I'm at a 1.86 ROAS. No, it's just that Meta is miscalculating the numbers, right? ROAS stands for return on ad spend. This is super important information to know. I had a really good day yesterday, ROAS wise. You take this, right? Obviously, you want to really be around 3 to 4 ROAS, but you take this for the testing phase, and it's telling me I didn't actually generate the sales that I did. So if I go down here, as you can see here, it's actually telling me I have 4 purchases, when again in Meta, it's saying I only have 3. So a tool like this, fairly expensive, but I think worth it, is going to give me the right data, right? It's saying my cost per acquisition, the cost it takes for me to acquire a customer is $38, right? In Meta, it's saying it's $50. Okay, so this is very, very important, right? This is one of the big mistakes I was making. I was looking at the wrong data in the first couple of weeks of testing. I was looking at the wrong data and making the wrong decisions based off the data being provided to me, when in reality, it just turns out that Meta was just wrong. Okay, so one of the biggest lessons I learned on week 3 now is that investing into the right tools and understanding the data, right? So on top of that, I got better understanding what the data actually means, right? So what does all this stuff really mean? What does a CPM mean? What does a cost per click mean? What's a good KPI to stay within? What's a good key performance indicator? Well, in reality, the big numbers to look at is CPM, right? How much is it costing you to get in front of your audience for every 1,000 views? The lower this is, the better. Same thing with cost per outbound click, right? I want to be less than a $2 cost per outbound click. That kind of tells me that my ads are pretty solid because people are watching the ad and clicking on it. Obviously, your ROAS is important, your return on ad spend. My break-even ROAS is 1.85, kind of high on the high side, but it's okay because I'm using AOV bundling to get a higher average order value. But as long as I'm above a 2 return on ad spend, I'm good. I'm making money, right? Your CTR is the percentage of people watching your ad and actually clicking through. This is important because the closer this is to a 3%, the better, right? That means you have a really good ad. So just understand these numbers, looking at the add to carts, right? That tells me that even if I don't get any sales, if people are adding the product to the cart, that means there's some interest there for sure, which is really good. So Triple Whale does a really good job of kind of summarizing everything for me. It's very easy to look at the data and just understand and get the accurate reporting. My cost per click, though, is actually way better. This is yesterday's number. My cost per click is actually way less. My ROAS is about a 1.81 here, which Meta was reporting as a 1.86. Okay, so give or take, that's pretty solid. Now, this is including actually these other ads here that ran for a little bit. These other ads here ran for like $4 to $59. So it's not fully accurate because it's counting those campaigns. It's counting all of my ads. I can actually organize this to not show that. But if I go to the attribution section here on the left-hand side, I can look at the specific campaign here. And as you can see, yesterday my ROAS is actually higher. So as you can see here, it's the average is a little less because it's counting these ads here that I launched last night, but spent a little bit. But realistically, today's where it's spending most of its budget. But the campaign itself is at a 1.86, which is slightly above my break even, which is fine. Okay. CPA, cost per acquisition, is pretty good. And so far today, this is what we're looking at today. Now, I never really get too excited with the numbers at the start of the day because I get a lot of my sales at the start of the day and it looks really good. I'll see a 7-8 ROAS for the start of the day. And as the day goes on, it starts to slow down. So it's just about getting the right creatives that can convert through the entire day and keep me profitable through the entire day. Okay, so these are some of the numbers here on a campaign that I'm testing right now, which is pretty dope. Okay, so those two things are very, very important. Getting the tool Triple Whale, $150 a month, and then understanding what the data actually says. And then this is the next big thing, is improving my average order value. Average order value is the amount of money on average your customers are spending on your website. So if I go to the 3 days of testing, which these other days weren't so profitable, but if I go to this day here and I go to summary, you can see overall in the last 3 days, I did $931 in total sales and lost $41. But that's fine because I'm starting to become more and more profitable the more I test and get better. If I go to my AOV here, my true AOV is $102 though, which is really, really good, right? Because the product's base value of price is like $59.99. So that means people are opting in to buy the buy two option. So basically, this is what it will look like. If you want, and you're just new to the game of dropshipping, you can take the base price of your product, the retail price, and have that be the only offer there at, let's say, $19. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using a bundling tool, and I'm actually incentivizing people to spend more money on my website for additional bonuses, right? So normally what I do is something like this, right? Let's say the price of my product is $40. They can buy the product for $40, but they're also going to have to spend $4.95 for shipping as well. Okay. And on my website, what I'm advertising is, hey, all orders over $70 is free shipping. People don't like paying for shipping, right? If the product is $10 and then $5 for shipping, people will hate that. But if the product is just $15 for free shipping, despite them being the same price, people are more likely to buy the $15 product or spend more money on the website that only does $15 plus free shipping. People just hate the concept of paying for shipping. So what I'm going to do is incentivize people to spend more. So what I'll do is, instead of just saying, hey, just buy this one product for $40 and $4.95 for shipping, I'm going to say, hey, if you do my buy two option, you'll save some money, right? Let's just call it, what's a good number? You'll say, you'll spend $75 for this, or $74.99 plus free shipping. right? So it ends up being, let's say, I don't know if these numbers are accurate, but it would be like, let's say 10% or something like that. I don't know. 10%, you save 10% plus free shipping. And the same thing here, right? Buy 3, you get 15% of your entire order value discounted plus free shipping. And this is incentivizing customers to buy and spend more money. So if I go back to Triple Whale, the sale that I received today, the one sale, right, the $153 comes from one customer who who opted in to buy 3 products at 50% discount plus free shipping. This is all from one customer. Okay? So the same customer, right, that was going to probably spend the $50, I got them to spend 3 times the amount, which helps improve my margins, and my cost per acquisition stays the same. So this is another thing I got really good at, and just understanding is how to create a good offer on your website. A lot of dropshippers, they just pick a random product, slap it on their website, and then they only have one option to buy. But I'm testing bundling, right? And what I can do here is this tool that I'm using. As you can see, I added an extra $356 in free money because I have a bundling tool here. Okay? $356 extra dollars in free money just because I gave them the option to buy multiple of the same product, but now they get discounts and free shipping. Okay, so creating really good offers. One of my favorite websites to look at is Rise Superfoods, right? This is a really good store here. Feel free to check them out. But they do this thing with their products where they're giving you a lot of incentive. They're making the offer a no-brainer. So not only do you buy the coffee for $27 that has 30 servings, but you also get a magnet, you get a mushroom magnet, you get a free spoon and scoop, you get all these little things here, right? So they're bundling a ton of things to make the offer no brainer. And that's the next step of my journey here. In just a moment, I'll share with you more things I'm going to be doing. Right? So they have all of these like free gifts you get if you buy their higher ticketed products. And if I go to, sorry, let me go back here because I was already testing this here. But if I update cart, is there a way I can clear my cart? No, they're not even letting me clear my cart. What I was going to say is if I just go and get their base product at $27, go to get started, what they'll do is, let me remove this. They'll have this option here that says, hey, why don't you upgrade and you save money, right? It's 25% off. Why don't you upgrade, right? This is increasing their AOV because people then will say, oh, wait, this is cool. Let me spend, instead of spend $27, I can spend $50, and save some money. So let me hit upgrade here. Okay. And then it's like, oh, wait, there's another offer for $57.60. That's cool. And I save 42%. Let me just upgrade with that instead. And now I went from spending $27 to now $57, spending an additional $30, and the cost to acquire me as a client stays the same. So your margins as a business owner improves. So that's what I'm learning, and that's how I'm getting better. And then the other thing that a little note here to add in as well is just learning how to better identify a unique product on the upswing. The products I was looking at, man, they were very saturated products. There were products that were popping off, but in saturated niches. So as a newer dropshipper with a limited budget, I highly recommend you get good at just finding and spending time in the product market research phase, finding unique products in uncompetitive market spaces. Stay away from the fitness stuff and women's clothing and makeup is a really popular niche. And these niches can do good for you. You just have to find really, really good one-of-one products and be like one of the first to it. Because those products and those industries get saturated quickly. I'm finding success right now by identifying a product in a not so saturated industry. Okay. So hopefully that's making sense. Maybe you guys got to rewatch this YouTube video a couple more times to fully encapsulate everything that I'm learning. But guys, I'm new to this game, man. I'm new to the world of dropshipping. I'm just getting started, but I'm learning quickly. I'm dedicating all my time, all my energy into this every day so I can really get good at this. I'm serious about hitting this goal of 100K a month dropshipping store. And I want to do this on 25 to 30% profit margins, man. So things like this matters. And it's why a lot of beginner dropshippers struggle because they're not creating good offers and they're not tracking the right data. So last but not least, I just want to end off on what I'm doing here with my advertising strategy. So what I'm doing is this is the original campaign I created that I'm spending $150 a day on over the last couple of days. So far, the data is getting better and my overall numbers are looking better. I've spent a total of up to, let's just do up to today. You'll see all the numbers. $489 on this total campaign. Overall, we lost like a total of $42. Totally okay with that because the upside is getting better. So now what I've done is I'm testing 2 new campaigns. And what I'm doing is campaign 1 is going to just be, so for this campaign here, I have 5 different ad creatives, and only one of them is getting majority of the spend and majority of the sales. So that doesn't necessarily mean the other 4 creatives aren't good. So what I've done is I've duplicated this campaign, and all this is an advantage campaign. I didn't touch any of the data, any of the analytics, anything. I just literally just created the campaign and just let Facebook pick my target audience for me. So what I've done is I duplicated this and I removed the winning ad creative so I can test the other 4 ad creatives to see if any of these other 4 are going to do really well. Because what Facebook does is if you put 4 or 5 or even 6 creatives in one campaign, more times than not, it's going to just allocate most of the budget to the creative it's thinking it's going to perform the best. And it's rarely going to spend any money on the other creatives. So I want to give these other creatives a shot at trying to perform well. I'm going to run this campaign for about 2 to 3 days and see if any of these other creatives can be more profitable or just as profitable as the one doing really well for me. Now, I'm also on this campaign here testing 4 completely brand new creatives to see if any of these can perform well as well. The name of the game in the beginning testing stage, which can last anywhere between 7 to 14 days on Meta, depending on how much you're spending and how good of a product and website you're testing. The name of the game is finding winning creatives that can do well, that can really shock the market and get people to impulse buy, especially if you're selling a product like what I'm selling. So that's the name of the game for me, is I'm trying to find as many winning creatives, and then I'm going to take all the winning creatives and eventually throw them all in one campaign and have them fight to the death. And whichever of those winning creatives does the best, that will obviously be my winner. And then I'm going to keep trying to test other interests down the line. But right now, because I don't know what interest is going to do well, and I also don't know which creative will ultimately be the best for me, I'm in creative testing mode right now. Right? I'm spending all my time and energy in just trying to find the best creative that can convert the best, get me the best return on ad spend. And this is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to be losing some more money probably over the next couple of days here until I finally start getting consistent profitable days, which should be around the corner here soon. I really do believe so. All right. And you got to keep in mind, all of these creatives or all these campaigns are in learning phase, right? To get out of learning phase, you have to have 50 purchases within a certain amount of time, I believe, right? So this campaign here, unfortunately, isn't getting the accurate reporting it should be getting, because Meta is bad at tracking stuff. But as you can see here, it says I got 8 purchases. I actually have more than 8. I should have more, so I'm getting gypped there, but it's all good. Your ads are being delivered, but our system is learning how to best deliver them. You may see changes in performance and higher costs during this time. Since performance is still stabilizing, avoid editing your ad and set ad set during the learning phase. So it's learning, man. I'm just gonna let it do its thing, man. And when we get up to 50 conversions, it gets out of learning phase, it gets active, and it should start cooking for me. Sales left and right, sales left and right. So that's the name of the game. That's what I'm working towards, is just getting this first campaign out of learning phase. I might have to spend like $1,000 to get it out of learning phase, but I'm okay with that. Like I mentioned to you, side note, I've been crushing it on TikTok Shop affiliate, so I've been making a ton of money, like $500 to $800 profit a day on my TikTok Shop account. So I've been using that to stay profitable overall in the landscape of my total financials. So although I'm losing money in dropship, I'm making it back up in other areas. So that's how I'm able to do this. Plus I have cash savings and stuff like that. But nevertheless, guys, that's a wrap for today's video. Hopefully you guys found some value and sauce, and hopefully you've been following along in the journey, because it's really encapsulating to go through this and see the raw behind the scenes, because not many people are doing this. And my goal is to help you be successful as well and teach you as I learn, so you can potentially avoid the same mistakes I've been making, and you can learn how to be successful and profitable as well. All right, so with that being said, guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, shoot me a message, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm trying to answer more questions and the best I can. So if you guys have any questions, leave a comment on this YouTube video or just DM me on Instagram. And I'm wishing you guys all the best of luck. And I'll be reporting back to you guys in a couple more days, probably like 2 or 3 more days. And hopefully we'll have some more positive news as we get ready to scale the store to 100K a month.